everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucy and in today's video we are filming my July TBR. So I think I mentioned this in my June TBR. If you've not yet watched that, I will leave a link to it down in the description bar. Basically, am I the best at sticking to TBRs at the minute? No. But I feel the need to keep filming them because I do find that having some kind of schedule or like some kind of guide to what I'll be reading that month, it does make me feel inspired and feel motivated to actually get around to reading those books. So that is why I'm just going to keep plodding on with the TBRs and just hope that, you know, at some point I will be able to read everything on my TBR, which would be a joy. So before I get cracking on with the video, please do make sure you're subscribed to this channel and that way you will never miss an upload from me. Okay, let's just get cracking because I have some super exciting books to share with you guys. Honestly, there are so many good books coming out at the minute that I just need to read. And also, as we're getting deeper into the summer, I'm just excited to just enjoy like more summery romantic reads. So the first book on my TBR is Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. So there is a theme to this TBR because I'm actually going on holiday to Cornwall and I'm going there for a week in the middle of July. So by the time this video goes up, I should be going, which is very, very exciting. So I wanted to read a load of like Cornish fiction because Cornwall is very dramatic. It's got very like, you know, very kind of dramatic scenery and the coast is beautiful. A lot of novels are set in Cornwall. So I wanted to kind of use this as an opportunity to read a load of Cornish fiction. So Daphne du Maurier's Jamaica Inn is my first choice. Now, Daphne du Maurier, I don't really know a lot about her as an author. Obviously, I know that Cornwall really inspired a lot of her fiction. She was writing in the early 1900s and Jamaica Inn is like one of her most famous novels after, of course, Rebecca. So I have read Rebecca, loved that book, and now I feel like I need to read Jamaica Inn because obviously I am going to Cornwall and I feel like it will just be so evocative being able to read that on the train journey down. So Jamaica Inn is actually inspired by a real place in Cornwall on Bodmin Moor called the Jamaica Inn. So Daphne du Maurier stayed there in the 1930s, I believe, and she decided to set her book there in the 1800s. So Jamaica Inn is about a woman called Mary who, after the death of her mother, goes to stay with her aunt, I believe, at Jamaica Inn. So her aunt works at this Jamaica Inn and it seems to be like there's a load of like strange things happening, like they never have any customers. It seems that her aunt is very kind of like bowing to the whims of this landlord and basically a load of weird stuff goes down at Jamaica Inn. So I am very, very excited to read this book. It'll be the first kind of Cornish book that I've read and I am buzzing about that. The second book is another Cornish book and it is A Sky Painted Gold by Laura Wood. So A Sky Painted Gold is about a girl called Lou who kind of is used to growing up in her very sleepy Cornish village, and then she's always kind of been dreaming about the house that has been abandoned in her village for so long. And eventually one summer the kind of occupiers of this house basically come back and she is kind of immersed in that world. She kind of befriends the brother and the sister who occupy the house and is kind of swept into this very glamorous life. And it's described as being very Gatsby-esque, and honestly, all of these things sound wonderful. So Laura Wood always sets her novels, I believe, in Cornwall. There's always like a Cornish theme. They're usually set in the past, which I think is brilliant. I'm a big historical fan, so I'm really excited about Sky Painted Gold. So let's move on with the rest of my TBR, shall we? So I've realised that the rest of the books are quite dark. There is one romance book which I might start with now, and that is Reputation by Lex Croucher. So this actually is published this month in July, and Reputation is Lex Croucher's debut novel. This proof was very kindly gifted to me from Bonnier Books, and Reputation is described as Jane Austen meets Mean Girls and Gossip Girl. So basically, this isn't like straight romance. This is more down the vein of like a Regency rom-com, I guess. So I am desperate to read this. As soon as this was announced, I knew Reputation would be high up there on my list of books to read like as soon as they're out. So I think my finished copy is also on the way. I wanted to get the proper finished copy of this as well. The cover is beautiful. So Reputation is about a young woman called Georgiana who is very middle class and kind of gets sucked into the upper echelons of Regency society, where she befriends some friends who are basically the elite, the upper classes, and she gets whisked into their world of debauchery. This just sounds incredible, and honestly, like, Regency Mean Girls, Regency Gossip Girl sounds like my thing to a T. So I am absolutely buzzed about this, and I can't wait to read this in July. Okay, so the next two books are quite dark, I think. So the next book is The Harpy, and this is by Megan Hunter. So this finished copy was very kindly gifted to me a while back from Pam Macmillan, and this is a very, very dark book indeed. So this is described as a dark fairy tale. It's about a woman called Lucy, which is very fitting because obviously that's my name. It is about a woman called Lucy whose husband has been cheating on her. She gets a call from the husband of the wife who her husband's having an affair with, and her and her husband decide to stay together despite this infidelity. But they agree that Lucy can hurt her husband 3 times as a punishment for his infidelity, but he will never know when the punishment is coming. So basically, this just is a tale of revenge and betrayal and punishment. And honestly, it's a very, very short book, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to read this book this month, because I do have quite a lot to read this month. So I thought this kind of short but sweet, or maybe not sweet, probably quite dark book will be perfect to read this month. So do let me know if you've read The Harpy. I have seen quite a few things on BookTube about this book. I'm just really excited to read it because I think it sounds like a very unusual book, you know, and it is described as a fairy tale. So I think Lucy, our main character, is described as transforming into something. Maybe that's what the cover is about, who knows. But I'm very, very excited to read this one. And finally, guys, we have another proof that is coming out in July. So this is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. So huge thanks to Hodder Books for kindly providing me this gorgeous, gorgeous proof of These Hollow Vows. These Hollow Vows is about a girl called Bree whose sister is stolen by the Unseelie Court. So obviously this does feature fairies, and I am buzzed about that because I love any book to do with the fae. But basically Bree wants to get her sister back, so she makes a deal with the Unseelie King to basically steal 3 magical artifacts from the Seelie Court, which means that she has to basically infiltrate the rival court in order to fulfill this deal and get her sister back. But along the way, she meets a lot of hot fae men, of course, and I think this book is supposed to be very dark, very swoon-worthy. This just sounds like the perfect book to read this summer, to be perfectly honest. Like, I am all for this. So this book does come out this month. I will let you guys know what I think about it. I am just really, really excited about this. So guys, that is it for my July TBR. Do let me know what's on your TBR down in the comments below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for another video. Bye.